Mama, you've been up early before the kids. You've worked hard all day. You've changed diapers, made lots of snacks. Maybe you're potty training. You've read stories, tackled algebra, and stepped on Legos. You took the kids to the park, made dentist appointments, and tried to squeeze in an hour or two to work on your business or have your own mom time. And now evening rolls around, you are tired, exhausted actually. Don't give in to bedtime exhaustion. You can still stay renewed. Let's talk about 8 things you'd never guess about bedtime exhaustion. Hey there, Mama. Welcome back to another episode of the Renewed Mama podcast, where you can take some time for yourself, slow down, breathe, and check in with your thoughts, the words you are saying, your parenting approach, your communication, and your marriage, so that you keep going instead of growing weary, so that you find joy even in the crazy and keep living abundantly. I'm so glad that you are joining me. I'm Kimberly, the creator of Speak Life Badges, sticker award badges for kids, and the author of the scripts that go along with each badge phrase to help you, Mama, choose the right words to say to your child in the moment. Even if the moment is a meltdown, homework woes, not sitting still, not sharing, as well as when they are sharing, helping, overcoming fears, obeying right away, and choosing self-control. With Speak Life Badges, you are saying what your child needs to hear so that lies are broken, struggles are overcome, and new character and beliefs are being established. All in a fun way with sticker award badges. I'm a homeschooling mama to 3, an after-school tutor, and I send postcards to children all over Canada and the United States disguised as Austin the Hedgehog for Austin's Kids Club. And I love spending these few moments with you, like 2 gals chatting over French vanilla hazelnut coffee with an extra dollop of homemade whipped cream on top. Let's get this conversation started, shall we? It's 5 to 7 p.m. You've been with the kids all day, or you're getting home from work. Soon your husband will be getting home from work too. Time to make dinner, then you've got to run one child to hockey or dance and soccer practice. There's homework to do. You should read with the kids for 15 minutes. They need baths. Are you feeling tired already? Whew, the day has been long and everyone is just a little bit tired, irritable, and whiny. Some call it Arsenic Hour or Witching Hour, that 5 to 7 time frame when children seem to have the most meltdowns. If this regularly happens in your house, there could be 3 things going on. There's a disconnect. If your children go to school, they've been away from you all day and they missed you. They may hop in the car and seem to be happy and bubbly and then become whiny and irritable. If they are older, they may slide in the car and become quiet and unapproachable or cranky and short with you. This means that it's time to reconnect. We'll talk about how you can reconnect in just a moment. The second thing you'd never guess about bedtime exhaustion is that they're tired and hungry. Their blood sugar may have dropped and they need to refuel and have some rest time. Okay, you already knew this about your kids. We all need to monitor blood sugar levels and those ups and downs and get some rest mentally and physically. The third thing you'd never guess about bedtime exhaustion is that they sense that you're tired too. Kids have spidey senses when it comes to your emotions too. They know if you're tired, sad, overwhelmed, or cranky. That translates to you being emotionally unavailable to them. You aren't all there for them, and that causes them anxiety. They can't express this to you, but they feel it, and in response to it, they act out to gain your attention. The fourth thing you'd never guess about bedtime exhaustion is that playing on devices or scrolling social doesn't actually minimize the 5 to 7 meltdowns. Tell me if you would have ever guessed that one. A much better choice to playing on devices or scrolling social is spending time with your kids. Take 15 to 20 minutes as soon as you get home to spend time with your child. Chat, listen, cuddle, or whatever works for your child depending on their age and personality. Tell them up front that you'll spend 15 or 20 minutes with them because you missed them during the day. Let them show you things from school. Listen to their school stories. Let them sit on your lap, play with toys, eat a snack of fruits and veggies and nuts to address their hunger, but not ruin their dinner that's coming soon. Go for a walk around the block. The key is that your eyes are on them. Eye contact, smiling, laughing, clapping your hands as they tell you their stories. They have your attention and they know it and they love it. If you have more than one child, be sure that during the sharing time, they don't all try to talk at the same time or over the other. They can learn to honor each other by letting one person talk at a time. Be firm on the time limit so that you can move on to dinner. If they want more time with you, invite them to help you make dinner. Otherwise, they can play. This could also be a good time for them to now play with Daddy as you work together to divide up the evening responsibilities. Perhaps you're thinking, this all sounds nice, but what about my own downtime? I mean, I've been working all day and I'm tired and I'm hungry too, and you're right. But Mama, if the downtime you had in mind is to scroll your phone, ask yourself this one question and answer it honestly. Does 15 to 20 minutes of scrolling your phone and social make you feel better? Does it actually add to your life? If it does, meaning you genuinely get up and move on with your day happier, not comparing, not wishing, not wanting for anything, would you leave me a comment and let me know? But if you feel a bit edgy, grouchy, like you just wasted time that you can't get back, or your child is standing right there beside you, asking you a question while you're scrolling and you think, can't you see that I'm busy right now? Then please, Mama, give yourself the gift of 15 to 20 minutes actually enjoying your children, laughing, dancing, talking, and looking them in the eyes uninterrupted, because that's what really matters right here, right now. Try it. I'm confident you'll feel so much better and renewed. Now, don't hear me wrong. I'm not saying don't scroll through social. What I am saying is that the timing is wrong. A peaceful, well-connected evening as a family is far more worth it than evening chaos. Wouldn't you agree? Now, if you're home all day with your children and your husband comes home, he may need 15 to 20 minutes to unwind and set aside his work thoughts so that now he's focused on home and family. He may be feeling the same long day, stress, hungry feelings too, so be sensitive and let him have time to unwind. I know you want to greet him at the door with, you'll never guess the kind of day that I had. The kids are driving me crazy. But don't do it. Ask him if he needs some downtime when he gets home. This could depend on his drive home time. He may have a chance to do that, to think through his day then. Again, I encourage you to stay off your device when you get home. If you come home and hop on your phone or iPad, that's communicating to your children that they don't count, they don't matter. You send the same message, Mama, if you hop on your phone during homeschool time. All right, next up is what's for dinner. You're standing at the fridge with the door wide open asking, What do I make for dinner? The kids are picky eaters. I should really have gone to the grocery store yesterday. How do I make something out of nothing? What's quick and easy? What do I feel like eating that's not mac and cheese again? When you were a little girl and played house, did you realize that when you had a house and a family of your own, that you'd have to think about breakfast, lunch, and dinner 365 days of the year? Before you dial for takeout again, here's the 5th thing you'd never guess about bedtime exhaustion. Your dinner can be yummy, nutritious, homemade, and eaten by all. I know it. But Mama, you've got to be willing to meal prep. Mama, I want you to say this with a smile. You can even raise your right hand wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Say this with me. I make great meals. I make great meals. I make meals that nourish my family. I make meals that nourish my family. I like the challenge of making something yummy out of nothing. I like the challenge of making something yummy out of nothing. I'm pretty creative that way. It's so fun being with you, even if it's through video or an audio podcast. But seriously, all of this can be true for you if you want it to be and if you are willing to do the work. Because I know it to be true, your whole family's emotional, mental, and physical joy, energy, strength, and health will be so much better if you're willing to eat right and meal prep. That's a gift you can give to your family. Here's how you can actually do it. Make a menu of dinner meals for the week and buy groceries for them. By planning ahead and sticking to it, you take away that number one big question, Mom, what's for dinner? I don't know. What do you want for dinner? That question is such drudgery, isn't it? Instead, let's ask, how can I make mealtime fun for me and for the family? Keep your menu of dinner meals for each week and rotate through them. Maybe you have 4 or 5 weeks laid out with the grocery list and you just cycle through those week by week. It's not glamorous, but it feeds and nourishes your family each night, doesn't it? Meal prep as much as you can. When you get home from the grocery store, put on some music or maybe a movie and chop veggies, wash the apples, grapes, oranges, marinate the chicken, mix up the meatballs, hard-boil the eggs, prepare tuna for a quick lunch option, whatever your meal prep requires. Pre-mix smoothie bags that you can keep in the freezer and then pull them out and throw them in your Vitamix. Whatever you can do to prep in advance goes a long way when it comes to 5 o'clock each evening. This really is the most helpful suggestion I can give you to cure your dinner time exhaustion, meal prep. If you want me to post a video of how I meal prep, tell me in the comments and I'll gladly do that. Get your children involved in this meal prep. They can wash the fruits, help cut up the veggies, add the spices to the meatballs. They'll be more willing to eat the food that they help to prepare. I also love Epicure and their spices and meal solutions. They have been a meal boredom buster because I can flavor our meals in fun ways with variety without the MSG, high sodium, GMO, and all the other additives found in standard spices. Their never ever list is amazing. This is not an ad. I'm simply sharing Epicure because our family loves it. And they offer solutions for how you can have a homemade meal from raw to ready in 20 minutes or less. That is amazing. If you want to learn more about Epicure, you can reach out to my dear friend and homeschooling mama, Carolyn's at Carolyn's Epic Nourishing Flavors on Facebook. I know that I'm talking to mamas here, but let's give a shout out to all the fathers who are amazing helpers around the house, who roll up their sleeves and lend a hand in the kitchen, grab the groceries that week, and pitch in to clean the house or fold the laundry. Thank him, Mama, for all the times he lends a helping hand. Remember, our husbands may not always see a need or know when you need a helping hand. They have lots of other things on their minds too. Ask for help rather than trying to do it all on your own and becoming exhausted and overwhelmed. Work together as a whole family team. Now, the sixth thing you'd never guess about bedtime exhaustion, you need a bedtime routine. Children like bedtime routines that are the same each night. There's safety in the routine, and there's less likely to have disruptive behavior, so the evening chaos diminishes. When your children are little, don't begin a bedtime routine that you can't or don't want to continue as they get older. Get them to bed on time. They need their sleep, and so do you. If they are still awake at 10 or 11, that gives you no time to unwind, have your own downtime, and care for yourself. Use one word, such as bedtime, as a trigger word to set the bedtime routine in motion. That's the signal that tells them to tidy up their toys, brush their teeth, go to the potty, get their PJs on, get a drink of water, read a story, pray, turn out the lights, and go to sleep. And when they're little, teach them by saying, "It's bedtime. This is our bedtime routine." When Mommy and Daddy say bedtime, that means we tidy up our toys, and then we brush our teeth, and we go to the potty, and we get on our PJs, and we'll go drink some water, and we'll read a story and pray, and then say good night. Once they get the routine down, you can begin to say, "When Mommy says bedtime, what will you do?" And now they can take charge and walk you through the bedtime routine. Keep going until all you have to say is bedtime, and they move into action knowing exactly what to do. This is part of the grooming or training them. That way you don't feel as if you are always reminding them to brush your teeth, go to the potty, put on your PJs. Here's another bedtime routine tip. Watch the bedtime talks. Doesn't it seem that they have all of their questions at bedtime, just ready to tuck them in and to pray, and they've got the questions? Are you trying to delay bedtime, or are you sincerely asking a question? This could mean that you haven't paused enough throughout the day to give them your attention, to talk through their concerns, and to look them in the eyes. The seventh thing you'd never guess about bedtime exhaustion is that bedrooms are meant to be safe havens. I encourage you to keep your bedrooms a safe place, meaning no TVs, screens, phones, devices in the room, no matter the age. This is for so many reasons. One being to protect you and your children from pornography, social media pressures, radio or electromagnetic frequency, potential eavesdropping, staying up too late to play on devices when you should be sleeping. It just doesn't belong in the bedroom, especially your bedroom, Mom and Dad. How many times have you missed each other in intimate, nurturing ways as husband and wife when you brought your phone to bed with you or you had the TV playing? Speaking of intimacy in your marriage, Mama, here's some suggestions to keep intimacy top priority. Remember, sex is the oil that keeps your marriage alive and thriving. You and your husband were meant to have a fun, pursuing, nurturing, honoring, thriving sex life. But you've got to prioritize it. It takes intention, just like everything else that's worth it in life. It takes good, open, honest communication. Plan time together to talk, to be together. If you and your spouse are on different schedules, such as he works nights, it is even more important to connect and to plan time together. Communicate if you are tired, if something's bothering you, or you're feeling stressed about something. Hear each other out, honor each other, cuddle, caress when needed, arouse when needed. Keep pursuing each other out of genuine love. God designed for sex to be beautiful, unifying, and satisfying. It's a wonderful gift inside of marriage. Do all you can to keep it pure and beautiful inside your marriage. And one more thing, Mama, this is just real talk here. If you find yourself on a consistent basis getting to bedtime and you are not feeling up to it, bloated, super exhausted, not sexy or confident, I encourage you to look into the foods you are eating. Gluten, dairy, and other food sensitivities may be irritating you, and it culminates at bedtime and you just don't feel good. Consider making these food changes. How about your stress level? Does it feel like the to-do list never ends? Are you feeling like your days are routine and the same, and then you take that with you to your bedtime exhaustion? Add exercise to your day. Move your body in any way you can, even if it's a dance party with your kids. Moving your body creates endorphins that help you feel good, and you've given yourself the gift of caring for your body, which helps make you feel better and more sexy. Making these few changes can go a long way to keeping your sexual relationship beautiful, unifying, and satisfying, just as God designed it to be. Now it's your turn to tell me what you do to help minimize the 5 to 7 p.m. crazy hour in your house. Let me know, as I'd love to hear from you. Tell me in a voice message using the recording app found on the main page of SpeakLifeBadges.com. Real quick, before you go, if this podcast has blessed you in some way, the number one way you can thank me is to leave a written review for the show over at Apple Podcasts. It encourages me so much to hear from you and to know that this show is helping you to stay renewed. The second thing you can do for me is to take a screenshot of this episode and share it on your Instagram stories and tag me at Speak Life Badges. Or DM another mama you know who needs to hear this truth so that they can be encouraged and renewed too. I bless you, Mama. I want you to take time to acknowledge how amazing you are and the impact you have in your home. You hold it together, Mama, with your hugs and snuggles, your sacrifices, your attention, your delicious meals, your prayers, and your never-ending love. All of my love to you. I'll see you next time.